Hello, Michael.
Good to see
nice
you.
to see you. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. Thank you so
Yes.
much for having me.
So we're here today with another episode of Lunch with the Top Producer.
And as always, we're privileged to have none other than
Josue Ramon with Excellence Premier Real Estate in Saudi. And I'm glad to be here. Guys, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here and share my golden nuggets for all the agents.
So we're gonna have lunch and chat. So
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, guys.
Let's do this.
Super excited.
Yes.
Well, glad we had this opportunity. So I guess I'll start with how did you start in this business and how long you've been in the business?
Well, I started back in 2009. It was not inspiration. It was more desperation. Why? Because everybody knows about the recession back in 2008. Many companies didn't survive, so I was let go from my company that I was working as a quality control person, and I started real estate full time.
Got your license
In 2009, and
Wow.
it was my first year when many agents were stepping out of the business. I was going in, but thank God, my first year I was able to close 25 deals.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually unheard of, because when you first begin, you still have to kind of learn the business.
Yeah.
So you're expected to learn,
Yeah.
but you're also expected to produce, right?
Right.
And so it's not an easy task, and in most cases, a very few people have been able to accomplish that. So that's great.
Yeah.
So how did that business come about?
Well,
in that first year.
Yeah, I guess I was blessed to be part of a big office, local office here in Pico Rivera. Everybody knows them, C21 All Stars, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys. And I learned a lot because in that same office, there's a lot of top producers, which I learned a lot from them. I mean, in 2009, there were a lot of agents again stepping out of the business, complaining about the market. But I also noticed that other agents were making 4 or 5 deals a month, and I was like, why is this happening? I mean, we're in the same building.
Right.
We have the same tools. We have the same coaching or training.
Sure.
I mean, why is this
What were they doing?
Exactly. So what I did, even though I was so in a budget, because back then, of course, it takes time to get a commission, so I didn't have much money. I used to take top producers out to lunch and just learn. And even though I didn't have money even for my meal, I was able to just learn, take notes. And I used to take top producers like Amaury Montalvo back in C21, Hilo Villamil, thank you, Jose Perez. So I'm really grateful with them because they share their knowledge. And all I did was copy their systems. All I did. I mean, success leave clues, and I just copied the systems, and especially because I didn't have time to learn it myself. I just copied what they were doing, and I was able to do 25 deals.
Do you think that that's key for a newer agent when they get into the business, to not feel afraid, or maybe
Right.
or because sometimes they think that they're too busy, right? That
Right.
the top producers are too busy, that they don't have time to. Do you think it's important for someone that's getting new to the business
Absolutely, yeah,
to
it's
try
really-
to find a mentor or someone that they can actually ask questions?
Exactly. Many top producers like yourself, Michael, and Ruben. I mean, I'm sure if a new agent comes and knock on your door or your office, you're gonna help them.
Sure.
Every successful person is willing to help others. And because there's a lot of business for all of us. I mean, in this market, I mean, just because you're sharing this system, it doesn't mean that they're even new agents are gonna do it. You just share, and it's up to them if they want to take action or not.
Let me ask this, Jose.
Okay.
I always say that we all have like a book we could all write, and it would be a bestseller, because everybody has always some crazy experiences. What would you say is one of your most crazy experience that you've had that in real estate? Because I mean, we could stay here for hours, but I know, what would be one of the top that you can remember that happened to you?
I hope it doesn't go out there, but yeah, I left the house key inside the house, and I couldn't get in, and I mean, that's what I did. You know, it was embarrassing because I have my.
So you got
my
locked out.
clients. Yeah, basically, and I couldn't. I mean, I just told the agent, of course, Tex. I don't know what happened to the key. I locked the house, but I know I left them. You know, either in the
Inside
kitchen,
somewhere.
in there, and it was embarrassing. You know,
That would be.
yeah.
All right.
That was good.
That was
It was
great.
delicious.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was really
Right
good.
here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good.
So we were talking a little bit about you have a team of 10 at this point.
Right.
For agents out there, when do you think it's a good idea to have a team?
Really good question because I'm seeing a lot of new agents trying to build a team, and I mean, to me, it was more also because because of my database, I get a lot of clients, so I needed the help to service
So out of necessity.
the clients. Yeah.
Out of
It wasn't
necessity.
more. It wasn't like me depending on the new agents to bring me business. So I think that's one of the mistakes that I'm seeing of a lot of agents doing that. I mean, to me, because I could back in 2012, I was able to service 42 families, and it was a lot of work. So in a lot of stress, I didn't spend much time with the family. So now it's this year I want to be able to service our clients with our team members, which my goal for them is to have their own team also. And learning how to bring the business.
So that actually comes into even how some people even go out and get assistance before their time.
Sure.
You know, because they think that, oh, you know, they want to kind of like scratch the ego and say, look, I got someone that's and
Right.
it's not necessary because you're saying that you carried between 30 and 40 transactions just by yourself.
Yeah, and once, I mean, everybody knows, I mean, people, top producers, they know
It's time.
like what takes to carry, the water. So, I mean, and of course, if you have a lot of business coming in, yeah, you need the help. Otherwise, you're going to get, bad
Burned out.
feedbacks, bad reviews, and you're
Sure.
going to lose clientele, the clientele.
So you just get to a point where it's out of you needed
Naturally.
it,
Right.
and it happens, and you
Naturally.
go seek
Yeah.
some people to work with you.
Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
In the beginning, we were also talking about you got a lot of your business from your database, people you knew before you got into the business, and you kind of worked it from there and increased your database. You mentioned about having to make the calls and different things. Do you find time now at this point?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of time. I mean, we have 8 to 12 hours to,
Yeah.
there's always 2 hours to call, your past clients. For instance, this month, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing calls to my past clients using my database. I go and say, happy holidays, hope you enjoy your family, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And by the way, if you know someone that wants to buy or sell, please
That's
send it my way.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
So it evolved, because you know how we say cold calling, because you don't know who you're calling, right?
Right.
But the business evolved to the point where you're getting so many contacts. Your CRM has grown that they're more like warm leads.
Sure.
Warm.
He has no reason to cold call at this
Yeah.
point.
Exactly.
He's
So
got
all he
all
does
this-
is
all
just-
these people
Yeah.
to follow up with.
Yeah.
Which is
And
great.
so that time of calling now it evolves to being cold to being somewhat warm, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you see this business going next year?
Oh, it's gonna
and
be
the
amazing.
and the market and all that.
It's gonna be amazing. I mean, this coming year, many experts are saying this 2 or 3 years we're gonna be blessed in the real estate market. Still a lot of first-time home buyers out there. Millennials are buying. Is the largest generation in the U.S. So there's no housing for them. So the demand is gonna be there. So and also as long as the interest rates stay low, I mean, we're gonna be busy. Yeah, we're gonna be serving a lot of families.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So let me ask then, knowing that, what is your intention going into 2022
Right.
on transactions you'd like to obtain in your space?
Yeah, we already met with the team, and our goal is 300 families to serve this
That's
coming
great.
year.
Great.
So,
That
and
is
we
awesome.
have, thank God, we have the lead sources. I mean, believe it or not, at some point I stopped doing kind of like my advertisement on social media because we couldn't service the leads that we had.
Wow.
So that's an amazing problem.
That's a great problem.
So I'm excited about 2022 and most helping families, especially my Latinos, to get rid of that fear of ownership. Yeah.
Good. Do you have some type of routine every day?
Every day?
Do you have a
Oh.
morning routine? Do you have certain things you do at a certain time of day? Just curious.
Well, it's a little bit different than when I started before. Yeah, I used to, go to the gym because I used to get anxiety. So because I didn't know where the business was going to come from
Sure.
before. But once I understood and I learned that our business is really numbers, it's math. I mean, it's how many contacts, or in my case, all I have to do is 6 appointments, and is going to be 1 sale.
6 appointments is 1 sale.
6,
in
1
general.
sale. So, the fear
six,
disappears.
like 6 pre-quals.
Yeah, that's it. It's automatic 1 sale. Or whenever a team member says, "Oh, I'm slow. I don't know what's going on." Okay, how many people do you call us this week? None. Okay, so nothing's gonna happen, right? So I even have the numbers already basically done. Basically for a sale is 52 conversations. So I let the people know, hey, you have to make 52 conversations to be able to do 1 sale. If you haven't done any conversations, then don't. I mean, what Einstein said, there's a saying. Einstein.
But what's the same thing of doing the same thing and expecting different results?
Okay.
The definition of insanity.
Right.
What's the definition of insanity? Keep doing the same thing and expecting different results.
So if you're not doing any phone calls, any appointments, don't expect
No
paycheck, Doesn't
Zero.
make sense. Yeah. So,
That's
yeah.
right.
Good.
So now before it was more like door knocking, cold calling, but now it's more relaxed. I go, I love my mornings because I get a chance to take my kids to school, make them breakfast, enjoy my little ones, 6 years old, 8 year old. I go to my office about 10:30 a.m. The first thing is I do my follow-up. I mean, in my mind, my goal is to get 1 appointment a day.
Okay.
Once I make 1 appointment
That's how simple
a day,
it can be.
boom, that's it.
Right? As simple as that.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter.
And when you
how-
say follow up, you're following up with the leads that you have
Right,
to get an appointment.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I usually get about 2 or 3 people already in my Instagram page. Hey, can you please call me? I would like to set an appointment with you.
No.
Automatic. Yeah.
Perfect.
And again, it comes from the routine of making videos, giving value to people all the time. So yeah, there's time. I mean, there's time. There's time to
Good.
prospect, negotiate contracts. I mean. Yeah, so I
That's
just concentrate on the money making activities, and that's it.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
Well, really appreciate you being here
Of
today,
course,
taking the
yes.
time for this.
No, thank you, Michael. Thank
Yeah,
you,
we're
Ramon.
very grateful, to have you as part of our board. Our members obviously are going to benefit from the things that you shared.
Thank you,
It's very amazing that you have people like yourself that are willing to share and give from
course,
their best,
yeah.
and we're very grateful to have you here.